At first, I was like, oh man, my ego is an asshole. It's the enemy. It is when this bad boy is in control, nothing good happens. And so I've villainized my ego, right? This is as part of my growth here. I've kind of villainized my ego. Well, if I villainize my ego, that ego is still a part of me. So if I'm villainizing it, then I'm not liking or I'm villainizing a part of myself. And I want to love all of me, even the bad parts. I don't have to like I don't have to act on them, but I want to love them. So I was like, so my homeboy made me aware. Shout out to Tucker Max, you know him from Front Row Dads. He pointed this out to me, and I really chewed on it, like really chewed on it. And I was like, yo, if I want to love all of me, I have to love my ego. And here's where I landed with this. And this is what I'm working on right now as we speak. I've learned that my ego is like a well-meaning but overbearing parent.
Like there was real judgment against myself in that point, right? Of me being less than. And it comes up again, with after my divorce, when my ex-wife, now she's got a new guy, and it's like all these similar stories starting to bubble up. And it's like it was when I went back and made peace with my seventh grade sort of self that all of a sudden things in my current situation started becoming those voices started to quiet down. Because my seventh grade self, he was cool now. He was showing the love that he needed. So now he could quiet down. Now he didn't have to be, piping up when all this other shit was happening, 20 some odd years later.
I love the fact that you're able to recognize that and then love those individual pieces of yourself. And that's something else that I realized as I've gotten older is there's these different versions of myself that things happen to, like that 10 to 12-year-old self, like is still looking for something and still craving something. So even though I'm 44, certain behaviors I do are really my 10 to 12-year-old self.
In the entrepreneurship, personal development world, like give me all the answers. Like tell me what to do. And it took me a long time to realize that not all advice is right for everybody. And in that it's the same vein of everybody has their own style of doing
Yeah.
it. And there's going to be certain
Yeah.
things that work for some people and some things that work for other people. And so this concept of masculinity that comes up, I got into this space because it's like, I got thrown into it. I wanted to figure out my own life, but it's becoming more of a hot topic because it seems like whether it's politics or all these sorts of things, are asking like, what is masculinity? How should it be, or how should it? And after I've done, I think we're on episode 100 and something. It's just like the only thing I've gathered is that it's your own. You get to decide.
Right.
You
Yes.
get to decide. And it's like it's fucked up that like that's the answer I've come to. There is no one answer. But in today's world, that's sort of where we're at, where you get to define. There are some, don't hurt anybody, but like outside of that, there is you have some ability to define what that means. When I think about what would I rather spend my time doing, it's like, oh yeah, when I do what other people want me to do, or I pretend that I want to do those things, it's a drag, it's a labor, it's draining, it's burnout, it's exhausting. But when I take time to reflect on like what do I actually want to do, what feeds me, and I take the time to give myself that training jiu-jitsu, going to the gym, fucking, recently it's been walking down to the lake by my house and just sitting by the lake. I think I took a whole half-hour nap, a couple weeks ago. But just like giving myself the space to do the things that if I were to 2 years ago, if I were to tell other people or I would tell myself, it would have been like, dude, why are you doing that? It's a waste of time. Like, or like, you're weird or you're whatever, insert word. When it's like, no, this is actually what I want to do. I need. And when I've given myself that permission, it's been like, oh man, the success, the energy, the health, like everything seems to fall in place once I was willing to be like courageous enough
Right.
to just do what I want instead of worrying about whatever the fuck everyone else is going to say.